Oh, I love my new bag. Oh, hi, Nicole. Come on in. Have a seat.
Oh gosh, sorry I'm late. It's just been a long day teaching, and also I'm not going to be able to meet super long today. And I'm sorry that you drove all the way out here, but I have an ultimate frisbee team called Get Schooled, and
exciting.
and we have practice.
Okay, well, so how much time do we have then?
That would be good for me to tell you and responsible. Maybe like 15 minutes.
Okay, I think we can work within
Okay.
15 minutes, especially for our first session.
Okay.
So as you know, I wanted to just focus on one of the domains for this particular observation that you had. So we focused on the third domain, which is instruction. So first of all, I just want to kind of get an idea from you. How did you feel about the instructional part of your lesson?
Well, I think it went fabulous. I love doing science talks. Thank you, Donna. And I had all the things, and we had our carpet squares, and so I did a science talk. So I think it went great.
Okay. So I went through each of the different elements and gave you a score. So I want to go through those with you. So here is the Danielson framework, and you'll see within the instructional domain that there's 3A, B, C, D, and E. So for 3A, let me check my notes here. I see that I gave you a 3. So on a scale of 1 to 4, you received a 3 in that area. How did you feel about that particular area?
I thought communicating with students that it went really well because we were basically communicating all the time. I mean, it was a science talk. It's essentially talking, which is communication. So
Good.
we were communicating about science.
Well, I would agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
But more specifically, if we look at the elements, that particular bullet point has to do with like providing directions, and I think that you did that. You clearly stated your expectations ahead of the hands-on activity that you did with them, and you explained the procedures really well. You also asked if they understood the directions by asking them to do the thumbs up, thumbs down, and so I thought that was really great. And then when you were explaining some of the content in that lesson, I felt like you did a really good job of providing like real life examples, and then also kind of modeling the activity before you let them do the activity. So for all those specific things that you did, that's why I gave you a 3 on that. So that was really good. And then 3B, which has to do with using questioning and discussion techniques, I did give you a 2 on that. And that has to do with quality of questions, discussion techniques, and student participation. Did you happen to look at the feedback that I gave you for that?
No, but like quality of questions, I asked a lot of questions.
You did ask a lot of questions, but I noticed when you were doing that, you didn't give enough wait time, and so you ended up answering the questions yourself a lot of times.
I mean, you gotta know. I mean, this teacher that I'm with, she doesn't do any science talks, so they're just like not used to it, and so they don't know what to do, and so sometimes I gotta answer the questions.
Well, I think, that might be the case that they don't have that type of modeling, but I think you do a good job setting up your expectations, and you can do the same thing with the science talk. Maybe you could even role play it or something for them so that they can see how it looks. But let me check my collaborative discussion guide here, because I wrote some ideas here of how I think you could improve in that area. Let's see what I wrote down for that. Oh, I see. So for an example, one thing that I think that you could do a little bit more to help boost your score in that area is to, when you had them make predictions, that you could have them do like a turn and talk, so that way the students are talking to each other. and then maybe having a few students share what they think instead of just asking for predictions and then answering it with what you thought. Do you see the difference?
I do. I'm going to be completely honest with you, Donna. Keep it 100 right now. I've got a lot of anxiety because, like, basically you're giving me a 2 and, like, a need to graduate. And we have to not have 2s. Like, 2s don't graduate.
Right. And I understand how that can be stressful because, you are only in student teaching for so long and you know that you have to get a 3 in order to pass. But keep in mind that we're really early on in the process here, and this is like a baseline of making a 2 is actually really good. And so I'm going to help you focus in on ways to improve the areas of weakness. That's why I have my little plan here for you to give you suggestions of how to score higher in each of those. And I'm really confident that, as you go through more observations, that we'll be able to move you from a 2 to a 3. You can't expect to score 3s across the board your first time getting observed. It's just going to take time, and we definitely want you to reflect upon areas of improvement and grow from that.
Yeah, it's just really scary because a 2, like, I have to have a 3.
Right, and you'll get there. That's why if you'll go back and read the email that I sent you with my feedback, I gave you a copy of very specific feedback and how you can improve in those areas where I scored you a little bit lower.
Okay.
So why don't you reread that and then try and work on that for the next observation that we have.
All right.
Does that sound good?
It does. Thank you.
You're going to be great.
Oh, thanks.